everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing part 2. By the way, I'm dressed exactly the same. Didn't even move from yesterday's video because I'm recording this literally 5 seconds after that. Anyway, today is part 2 of the Father's Day tag. Today we're talking about stepdad. Woo! Most people have one. Why? Because marriage doesn't work. It's the only thing I've ever learned in life. It just doesn't work. But, where to start? We started with facts about my dad, so let's start with facts about my stepdad. My stepdad and my mother met. They are not married yet, but they will be marrying sometime in July. I'm not sure when. I think it's later July. But they're getting married. Ooh! It's a very untraditional wedding. I'll talk about all that later whenever that happens. But as of right now, we're talking about the daddy. Did not like that. Don't do that again. They met kind of funnily, it's not a word. Mike, which is his name, Michael, hey, another one, we have another one. His last name again will be not shown because you don't need to know it. Why do you need to know? You need to know his name's Michael. Goes by Mike. Again, it's an adult thing. He's 49 years old. He's a little bit younger than my actual dad, which is, again, kind of funny, kind of weird. He's a lot taller, though. He's like a mountain. He's also rather large. Why is he rather large? Because he has a beer gut. Why? Because he's an alcoholic. He's not a raging alcoholic. It's more like he's drinking water, but instead of water, it's beer. Basically how it goes. Anyway, I'm saying he was my mother's boss at work. That's how they met. At first, it was a mutual hatred relationship, and it grew into a blossoming love. So that happened. I think his eyes are brown. Let's be honest, most people's eyes are brown, so I'm just gonna guess in here, but I'm pretty sure they're brown. I feel like I would have known if they were like blue or green. Pretty sure they're brown. He has 3 children, 2 brothers. Obviously, you know, if you watched my video Nick Camp, which was also a storytime video, I have a stepbrother Nick, and then I have a stepbrother Michael, and I don't know if it counts as a stepsister or not. She's like 20-something. She's in college. I don't ever talk to her. I think I've seen her face-to-face once. Her name is Monica. She is a half-sister to my stepbrothers because their moms are different. And my stepdad works at Circle K. He's a manager. He gets kind of moved around a little bit, but not too much. I'd say he's paid well enough. We survive, obviously. He has money, and he does well for a manager. He takes his job very seriously, and he's a strong worker, and I appreciate that. He comes home and he doesn't really do much. He forgot to turn off my 1 second, please. Sorry, Noah, but I'm busy. Thanks. Where was I? Ah, yes. He comes home from a busy day of work that starts at 4 a.m. and he gets off, so many interruptions, and he gets off anywhere between 3 and 5 p.m. Kind of varies because sometimes he has to do after work, sometimes he can get off a little early, somebody else comes in, you know. It kind of shifts around a little bit. But after that whole long day, which is basically 12 hours of work, let's be honest, that's a lot of work, he comes home and he watches TV and he gets his dinner and then he goes to sleep, and that's really all that there is to that. It kind of bugs my mom, but I mean, I kind of understand where he's coming from. He's just worked 12 hours a day. But you know, doesn't mean you have to fight, doesn't mean you have to argue. He used to be a smoker, such as my mom, but he quit after his body literally is trying to die, and it still is trying to die, and I'm not sure, I don't think he probably is. He's been poisoned so much because he's been drinking so much in his life that I feel like if he ever tried to stop drinking alcohol, he'd probably die, because it's probably his blood now, let's be honest. I know my mom got caffeine poisoning from Mountain Dew, and her body was shutting down so much from trying to stop it. Think of what more years of freaking alcohol could do to you, you know? It's, I don't know. He is extremely large. Literally nowhere but his stomach. Like, it looks like he's been pregnant with 8 children for 600 years. No offense. We make fun of his fat all the time, but you know. He's obsessed with Minions. Which is kind of disturbing, but it's true. Probably because he loves yellow. It's his favorite color. Which used to be my favorite color, but obviously we kind of switched it up a little. And let's see, what other things? I talked about memories with my dad, but I don't know if I have any right off the top memories with my stepdad. Whenever he lived in his apartment before he moved in with us, his apartment building had this pool, and sometimes whenever my mom would go to work, whenever he was working and he wasn't, and it was hot outside because it was during the summer when we were staying with him over there a lot, he would bring us down to the pool. Sorry, I lost my track of wording. He would bring us down to the pool and we would swim around, and because me and my sister were little, we were like, we're going to play mermaids. And he was like, you know what? I'll play mermaids with you. And he would swim around, splash around with us. He was obviously a merman because obviously he's not a female, but he would play mermaids with us in the water, and that was really cool and really funny. And yeah, what else is there to talk about? Is there any other memories? Is there any other memories? I don't know. My stepdad is really, he like really quote-unquote believes in me, I suppose, because he's like, you're the only one that's ever gonna make it to college, which I'm sure my sister could try to do it, but you know, gotta have the willpower. It's a hard life out there. So he's like always trying to like, hey Julia, you should drive, you should get a work, you should get a job, don't forget to do your homework, who needs social lives? And I'm like, the stress, I can't. But you know, I guess I kind of understand. He's like, your brother doesn't drive, your brother doesn't work, your brother's 20 and he lives here still. And I'm like, I'm 16 and you're putting this on me? Speaking of which, I got my social security card, which means I can get a job soon. But yeah, I know this video was a lot shorter than my dad one, but I have a lot less stories. I mean, I spent a lot of time with Mike, but that's what I call him, by the way, in case. I know some people call their stepdads names also, but I just call mine Mike. Just Mike. But I don't really have any right off the top of my head. Awkward. He went to my first baseball game with me, but so did my mom. My first baseball and only baseball game was to the Rascals. I think that's what it's called. I'm not sure. It was a few years ago, 5 I think years ago. Ugh. I think I was in 6th or 7th grade. I was doing the reading thing at the library, and I won tickets to go to the baseball game. And he went with me. He, my mom, and my friend Josie all went, and it was pretty fun. We didn't pay that much attention to the game, but I didn't understand baseball, so who cares? I was, you know, I wouldn't say, I've been to a baseball game. It was a free baseball game, but it was still a baseball game. It wasn't the Cardinals, but it was still a baseball game. And yeah, so that's gonna be it for today. See you guys Friday, unless something else happens this week. Probably won't. But, you know, whatever. Oh. Ooh, I need my water. Oh. I will see you guys in the next one. Subscribe to Penguin Bunny today. Slap that like button if you do enjoy. Tell me, how was your Father's Day in the comments down below. What did you do for your papa? We got my stepdad pillow, a lightsaber, and some t-shirts. So that was all fun and dandy. Check out my social media links down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bye bye. Forget buddy. Bye.